Hey friends, Pastor Bill Walden here with Build Up the Church. Hope you're doing great. Hey, listen, I don't mention it very often, but I do have a website called buildupthechurch.com. And on that site, I have a lot of my sermon notes, both in English and in Spanish, if you want to do a deep dive in some parts of the Bible. Also, my wife Debbie has some great ladies' Bible study notes, kind of a curriculum that requires a little bit of study, a little bit of homework, and then kind of a great way for a home fellowship leader to facilitate a group for ladies. So just those are available for you for free. Plus, I have my my YouTube channel. You may know about that, Pastor Bill Walden, Build Up the Church on YouTube. Got a lot of sermons and devotionals there. So just an FYI for all of you guys. This is a devotional for February the 6th, 2024, and it's from Matthew chapter 24. In Matthew chapter 24, Jesus has discontinued debating with the religious leaders of Jerusalem and Israel, and he's just done with them. They don't have hearts to listen. They're not interested in hearing the truth from him. As he is leaving the Temple Mount area, his disciples say, "Master, look at these great buildings." And Jesus then tells them, "I'm telling you the truth, not one stone will be left upon another." And that starts a long sermon from Jesus, a long teaching from Jesus about prophecy. Kind of the theological term for prophecy is eschatology, the study of last things, of last days. Now, I understand that Christians disagree a lot on prophecy and eschatology, and I think that's okay because, like I like to tell my students and my listeners at church, it hasn't happened yet. So we're studying our Bibles, we're reading, we're considering, and we're coming up with an educated opinion, but it hasn't happened yet, so we'll see. But in this section here, I want to focus on one thing. Jesus said to be ready for his return. In Matthew 24, Jesus taught about two different returns of his. One will be physically when he steps foot on the Mount of Olives at the end of the Great Tribulation period. I believe we read about that in Revelation, I believe chapter 19. Here, though, he's also talking about being ready for when he comes. There are things in the book of the Revelation and in the book of Daniel that would allow us to, at some point, when the Antichrist steps into the temple in Jerusalem, to know that it's going to be 1,290 days till the return of Christ. So when Antichrist steps into that temple of God, which will be rebuilt, that temple in Jerusalem will be rebuilt. When he steps into that, it sets the dominoes start falling, and you can anticipate when Jesus will come back to the earth physically. But there's another return that he says, you won't know when I'm coming. So those two things seem to be in opposition unless you consider that there are two comings. The second one is his physical return to the earth. The first one is called the rapture of the church. Let me read to you about that in Matthew 24, verse 26, down to verse 44. Here we go. But of that day and hour no one knows, not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so also will the coming of the Son of Man be. Days of Noah, everybody was just living life. For as in the days before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and did not know until the flood came and took them all away. So also will the coming of the Son of Man be. So Jesus said, suddenly everything changed and it was irreversible. They weren't paying attention to what Noah was saying. They weren't paying attention to God's word through Noah. They were just living life and ignoring the warnings. And suddenly it changed and there was no going back. Jesus went on to say this, 2 men will be in the field, one will be taken and the other left. 2 women will be grinding at the mill, one will be taken and the other left. Watch therefore, for you do not know what hour your Lord is coming. So he's telling his disciples and all who would be his disciples to be looking for his return, to be ready for his return. But know this, if the master of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not allowed his house to be broken into. Therefore you also be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour that you do not expect. Christian, if you're a follower of Christ, we're going to live our lives. We're going to work our jobs. We're going to raise our kids. We're going to bless our grandkids. We're going to go to church. We're going to serve the community. We're going to go on vacation. We're going to enjoy our hobbies. But it's always with an eye towards the return of Christ, and always with an open ear. It's always with a ready heart to be gathered to him. It's going to happen in the moment, in the twinkling of an eye, Paul says in 1 Corinthians chapter 15. So, Christian, be ready. Live in the world, do your business in the world, enjoy the blessings that God has created, enjoy Yosemite, enjoy the beach, and enjoy the stars at night, enjoy all of those things, enjoy good food, enjoy good music, all of those things, but always be ready, be watching and listening for the return of Jesus Christ. Be living in expectancy. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.